What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cheap Shot Music Podcast. I'm Jack.
I'm Justin.
And let's get into some news. All right, Justin, what's happening in music today?
So we got 3 different items. First on the board is Peloton's in some trouble.
Yeah, dude. And for some really obviously stupid reasons.
So they completely used the unlicensed songs of Cypress Hill and House of Pain.
Right.
It's Insane in the Membrane, Superstar, and Jump Around. Well, if you don't know Peloton, are you living under a rock like Patrick?
Yeah.
But so you're riding on the bike and you need a little motivation. So they put a Cypress Hill song or a House of Pain song on. You would have thought that they got the licensing, but no.
And handled it. Right. So just for anyone that doesn't know, you have to pay in order to use people's music. And you have to pay a good amount usually. And that's in the form of licensing. So the fact that they did this is a whole company that no one in this company thought, oh yeah, we need to pay these artists for the music that we're using. Imagine that.
No, let's just pay our Peloton instructors and then have them just use their Spotify because that's free, right? Spotify's free.
It's so goofy, man. There's 8,000 employees in Peloton and no one thought of this. That's crazy.
No, I guarantee a lot of them were like,
well,
can
and
we
not do that or pay for it because we have enough money.
We can just do this? I think that was
yeah, okay.
Wow, I can use whatever song I want. What freedom.
I swear to God, if musicians disrespected other people's jobs as much as people disrespect musicians, people would fucking hate musicians, dude.
Yeah.
People disrespect like being a musician so much.
So much.
Like when I'm playing a show live, if you spill beer on my pedal board, that's like me spilling beer on your desk when you're at work in a cubicle.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Fucking douche.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And I have to pay for that. Like, if it gets messed up, I have to pay for that.
Yeah. Come on, son.
Anyway.
Come on.
Let's talk about something good.
Yeah, Lady Gaga live in London at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Fudge, yeah.
Holds 63,000 people. That's kind of a lot of people.
Big show.
It's a big show.
Yeah.
2-hour-long show. It's her first time that she's doing songs off her Chromatica album of 2012.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting years wrong like crazy today.
Yeah.
Woo!
She couldn't perform it because it was COVID, of course.
For sure.
Yeah.
So she started out this 2-hour performance with Bad Romance, Just Dance, and Poker Face.
Which, pay homage to the audience that made you,
Holy shit.
That's the thing is like, this is what I love about amazing artists like Lady Gaga. She knows what her roots are. Those are her roots. That's where she got her core fan base, and she's paying homage to that. So how could you not love it?
The stage, her clothing, her wardrobe choice.
Yep. And the production aspects that went into this show. This is a big, big show.
It was crazy. I'll put up some pictures because,
cool.
Man, they're kind of insane.
Yeah.
But also talking about Lady Gaga, the Joker 2, I can't speak French. So, Jack, what is it named?
I don't either, but I think it's Folie à deux.
So it's a name for psychosis. It's a pair psychosis. So Lady Gaga is going to be playing Harley Quinn alongside Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And the reason why it's music news is because it's going to be a theatrical like musical.
Yeah.
And their psychosis is going to be played out through songs, and it's going to involve...
It's going to be so interesting.
Because Lady Gaga as an actor and then being able to sing.
Yeah.
Woo! That's going to be awesome.
Well,
and hopefully some of the songs today's top hits.
Yeah, I'd hope so. I think it's interesting too because if you watch the first Joker, there was like a theatrical aspect to his character where he was wanting to be on a stage and he tried being a comedian and so it's very interesting that they're elaborating on this aspect of the Joker, and I think we're going to see new sides of the Joker come out that we haven't seen before.
Exactly. And then in Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn had a scene that was completely a dance to a song.
Okay.
And it had, instead of blood, it was flowers.
Wow.
So they're going to combine what you're talking about with the Harley Quinn of Suicide Squad.
Okay.
That's why they have Lady Gaga in the role, so she can sing.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Wow, that's
exactly.
interesting.
So a little bit of a turn, but we got Frank Turner.
Yep.
50 states in 50 days performing.
Yeah, he knocked out a tour where he covered all of America, which is quite the feat, and it probably was the most tiring thing that he's ever done.
Yeah, for sure. So he was the first non-American. The other two it was George Thorogood in 1981 and the Melvins in 2012. See, I got that one right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was asked what was the highlight, and he said Mississippi.
Interesting.
How random is that?
Well, so what it's saying here is he had extremely low expectations, but had a phenomenal show. And he went to South Dakota for the first time in his life and had a wonderful time. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think people harbor a lot of expectations of the United States, especially certain areas. And I feel like oftentimes, because he's a foreigner, he's from London or England, excuse me. And I think that people have these perceptions of Americans, and then often when they go actually meet real American people, people realize, oh, okay, they're more like regular. A majority of people across the entire world are regular people.
Yeah, if you're
not everybody's crazy,
right? If you're expecting it just to be a shithole,
oh yeah,
it's like kind of nice
and racist, probably because it's Mississippi.
Oh yeah,
I mean, come on,
yeah,
you
for
know,
sure. But I mean, okay, what is the last state you would like to end on? That's the question.
I would go personally east to west coast and end on California, but that's just me.
So you're forgetting a state though.
Which one?
Hawaii.
Oh yeah, true.
He ended in Hawaii. How amazing is that?
That's a cool experience.
That's like the perfect plan.
Yeah, man. I don't know how somebody does this, especially because he's not a young person, he's not an old person, but it's just got to be hard on your body. You
For sure. Oh yeah.
You can't be forever young. So let's talk about the song "Forever Young" and "Hot Garbage."
Oh. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. As Jack said, we're going to get into "Forever Young" by Lil Yachty featuring Diplo. Let's just get into this piece of garbage.
Forever young. The music's loud and I'm feeling wild. Come dance along with the golden child. I don't know much about you, let me check your files. 2 technicals, but you're beautiful. You grew up 6 brothers in a cubicle, and they all wasn't for you if I make the wrong move. If I break your heart, then I'm a dumb dude. You get what you give, and I'm the one who loses. But we could be together forever. We could be together forever.
When thinking about a song called "Forever Young," I mean, Jack, what do you think of
this one?
Yeah, this Lil Yachty song, right?
I definitely think of that song called "Young Forever" by Jay-Z and Mr. Hudson is what it's called.
Mr. Hudson.
Forever young, I wanna be forever young. I know.
We have to get one in an episode.
So yeah, no, definitely don't think of this song. I don't know.
Okay, let's just do a little bit of numbers. So this was around SoundCloud era. So 9.7 million on SoundCloud. That's pretty good for SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and
it
then
is.
77 million on Spotify. It's I'd say if you account the YouTube numbers, this and that numbers, it got over 100.
Yeah, roughly. Yep.
It's
somewhere in that area, but it worked for the time. That's what I would say, because this song came out in 2017. This was like a height of Lil Yachty. I think actually, remember that song Broccoli?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that actually came out.
That was 2016.
That was 2016.
Yeah, that was summer 2016 that came out.
You know, Lil Yachty's still riding that wave at that time.
For sure. The year after, it's like, what are you going to do after that banger?
This one.
Okay.
With shitloads of autotune.
Okay. I think Diplo saved the song at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's not an unlistenable song, but it's definitely not anywhere near my favorite Lil Yachty song. No way. And I don't even really like Lil Yachty that much personally.
Well, he has these high notes in the chorus, and if he I don't know what happens. There's this weird dissonance that happens with the auto-tune and his voice, and it's as if he's missing the notes so bad the auto-tune can't correct it.
It really tries to correct it.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's something Diplo's doing. Is it because Lil Yachty's voice is that bad, or is it because it's a Diplo choice?
Well, here's what I would say. It depends on how they recorded it. So if they if they give Lil Yachty the auto-tune sound in his ears while he's recording, he's not listening to how his voice actually sounds. He's listening to how it sounds through the filter of auto-tune. So that's one. The other could have been that he was hearing his voice naturally and Diplo decided, okay, we really need some auto-tune here. And then additionally, we also are going to cover it up a little bit in the mix with some synths at certain points where the tuning is not great.
See, it points to that he wasn't listening to the auto-tune in his headphones. Yeah. But it doesn't point to, I'm going to cover it up. It sounds like it should have had auto-tune the whole time. It sounded like that was the plan, but it's just, I don't
not
know,
executed
man.
very well. That's what I would say.
He raps pretty fast in some places.
Yes.
It gets my juices going, but
I don't know if rapping in certain places fast makes it. Well, it definitely doesn't necessarily make it a quality song. And how about I put some lyrics to this?
Yeah, give it the BS lyrics that it deserves.
All night I've been watching you, so tonight you're leaving with me. Weird. I've been waiting my whole life to give you it all. It's on now, it's on now. I'm talking the big fancy lights, the star-studded nights with me. We forever young, we forever young, we forever young. The music's loud and I'm feeling wild. Come dance along with the golden child. I don't know much, but sure, let me check your fouls. Interesting. 2 technicals, but you are beautiful. That's a stretch for a rhyme.
2 technicals. So he made a basketball
reference. Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait. Say that line again.
So I don't know much, but sure. Let me check your fouls. 2 technicals, but you beautiful.
What?
How are we gonna figure out what that means? How do we figure out what that means? I don't know much.
Even the Rap Genius version of that would be like, yeah, sure, that's what it means.
No, someone would write a comment under Rap Genius, and then under that comment would be, this comment has not been formally vetted.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, what?
It's one of those that a random person who thinks they have a deep connection with Lil Yachty in a psychological manner, they know exactly what he means.
Okay, does it get better than that, or does it get worse?
You grew up 6 brothers in a cubicle, and they all bust in it for you if they make the wrong move. If I break your heart, then I'm a dumb dude, okay? You get what you give, and I'm the one who loses.
Yeah, he's rhyming with dude. Yep, I like loses. It. Dude, this sounds so trash.
Yeah. I mean, what it is it's
funny.
It exists in its microcosm. It really worked for that time, but it's not a timely piece, or timeless piece is what I meant to say.
For sure.
It's not a timeless piece. It rode the wave, just like how certain summer songs that we've know and talked about hit the wave at the time. That's really all that can be said about this. This is hot garbage all the way, in my opinion.
For sure. Diplo almost saves it, though.
Almost saves it.
He almost saves it.
But I think we got some 2010 song to talk about in Guilty Pleasure. How about let's get into it?
Guilty Pleasures.
Jack, what do you have for Guilty Pleasures today?
So our theme for today is going to be 2010's R&B.
Sweet.
And the first song we're going to do, because it's not going to win, because I suck.
Yeah, it's not going to win. I picked 2 bangers this week. 2 weeks ago, Jack, I knew I was going to lose, and I'm feeling quite the opposite today.
Fair enough. So let's go with the loser one first. It's The Lazy Song by Bruno Mars.
I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna kick my feet up, then stare at the fan. Turn the TV on, throw my hand in my pants. Nobody's gonna tell
Man, besides Silk Sonic, I think this is my favorite Bruno Mars song.
Well, fair enough. But I think it's kind of funny and it's kind of guilty and silly too. That's why I like it.
It's very silly.
Yeah, and it's a fun song. So I tend to put it more towards the guilty side because it's, because generally serious songs are not as guilty, right? They're more like it depends, I guess, right?
Get Low is a very serious song.
Yeah, okay.
To the window, to the wall.
Okay.
It's a very serious song.
That's cap, but whatever. Yeah, I think this is a little funny, guilty one too because of that one lyric. Gonna do some P90X, have some really nice sex. That's kind of a funny lyric.
Yeah, but
too,
that's what you want to do on a lazy day.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Back in 2012 or whatever.
It's what I want to do next week.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it's like a perfect, like, lazy Sunday song.
Yep, that's true.
That you start the morning with this just relaxed state of mind.
And to you, that's probably not so guilty, and that's totally
not
fair.
Not guilty at all.
Yeah, so it's not going to get a vote from Justin. So,
no,
should I just move into my next song then?
Yeah, because it might have a chance, depending on which one you pick.
This one is funny. I'm going to go with Wiggle by Jason Derulo. Let's check it out.
How'd you fit all that in them jeans? You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little bit of patty cake with no hands.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Who's singing?
You know I had to pull it up. I mean, come on. If we're gonna talk guilty songs from the 2010s, this was in every Vine.
Yeah,
this was in
sure.
not every Vine, but a lot of Vines.
The melody was
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, that was everywhere for sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah, people were getting into dance crazes back then too, even though that's kind of a more 2020 thing, I guess.
Right. Well, it's such an addictive melody.
Yeah. It's such a funny song too. And Jason Derulo's an interesting character. Jason Derulo, you know that whole meme?
Yeah.
And yeah, I like
He's
this
fine.
song. I like this song a bit. It's funny. It's silly, you know?
Yeah, but talk about which one you were about to pick.
Okay, so my other one was Whistle by Flo Rida, which
For
is
sure.
another funny kind of silly song. Because like back in the day as a kid, I was like, yeah, blow his whistle. And then I learned what that meant.
Well, we could have picked Lollipop, I guess. No, that's a rap song. That's straight rap.
Yeah.
That's not R&B.
Fair enough. So I kind of picked some funny, silly, goofy songs. But Justin, what do you got for us that's actually cringe?
Well, I actually really like this song, and I listen to it every morning for like a year. It has 963 million plays on Spotify. I could be talking about nothing else other than Fetty Wap's Trap Queen.
We just set a goal, talking about your Lambos. I 56 a gram, 500 grams, though. Man, I swear I love her, how she work the damn pole. Hit the strip club, we be letting bands go. Everybody hate who we just call them fans, though. In love with the money, I ain't never letting go. And I get high with my baby. I just left the mall, I'm getting fly with my baby.
Yeah, I was actually getting this song mixed up with another Fetty Wap song, but it's only on SoundCloud. Wake Up. But I still like this song.
Yeah, I
still
know.
like.
I know you do.
I didn't wake up with it every morning though. I did. That was Wake Up.
It's a funny confusion, but it's still a fitting song for guilty pleasures, as this during that time was definitely one of the. It was another one of those Vine songs
for sure,
Yeah.
and it's still a second most popular song.
Which I know it's like. Fetty Wap is such a funny phenomenon from back then. It's kind of like Bobby Shmurda, you know?
For Bobby is awesome,
No,
man.
Bobby's more serious, of course. I feel like Fetty Wap is not as serious. Fetty Wap to me is more goofy.
Yeah, I love his story because of how he was raised. How
Well,
he's
elaborate. Tell us.
Well, he's blind in one eye.
Yep. Because he had glaucoma, right?
Yeah, it's super crazy stuff. And then he just got super famous, like really quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
What was his childhood thing? Like just the glaucoma or whatever?
Well, it was just, growing up in bad areas.
Oh, okay, that
it necessarily doesn't matter. I was hoping just to skip over it.
Fair
but
enough.
whatever.
Hey, fair enough. We get a little bit of insight, a little bit. So I don't know. This is a fun song. It was definitely guilty back then because I don't know. A lot of people liked it, but I thought back then I was like, wow, this is a really stupid song. How do people like this? Like it sounds like that too. That's the thing.
Well, it's Scooby-Doo.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. It's Scooby-Doo. Come on. I mean, it's just...
I guess people love Scooby-Doo. That's right.
It's that time of the year, that era of my life that I didn't mind the super
goofy stuff.
Squeaky. I really liked Ray Shamara and all those brothers. I like those Shamara brothers.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, what do you got for your next song?
I think this is going to win.
All right.
Because it's another Nicki Minaj pick, okay? And Trey Songz.
But Nicki Minaj is not necessarily guilty. I'm going to do the finger wave.
Yeah,
too.
but I won with Moment for Life. Anyways.
Moment for Life's not a bad song. You can convince me of that. That's for sure.
I won with it. But anyways.
Oh, yeah. You're such a winner.
Yeah. It's Bottoms Up.
Okay.
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. Let go. Bottoms up, ever see your cup? Got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Tell security we about to tear this club.
218 million views on Spotify plays. Mm-hmm. And it's Trey Songz's most popular song still. It's his number one song.
What can I say? It's not a bad party song. It's certainly not a bad party song. Give us your thoughts on it.
Well, it's basically you're at the club,
mm-hmm.
bottoms up.
Mm-hmm.
If you know How I Met Your Mother, bottom. It's a drinking game. So they're basically having a drinking game, bottoms up. Let's drink a bunch of shots.
Yep.
And pop a bunch of bottles.
And let's not forget also it's Mr. Stereo Girl.
And fill another cup.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Come on.
It was made to be a club hit for sure. And the fact that you like it is certainly guilty.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's a party club song, but it's not just generic.
Well, so what part of it makes it not generic to you? I'd like to know that.
I mean, the instrumental is not bad.
Well, yeah, the instrumental's not bad, and I liked it too. But I definitely think it was fair. Well, the synth sound I would say was common for that kind of 2000s pop R&B.
For sure.
You know, it was like, gosh, what am I thinking of? Like Lil Wayne kind of stuff.
But it pairs with Trey Songz's smooth voice rather than Lil Wayne's raspy voice. It fits better.
True.
I think that's why it's still his number one song. I think his voice just fit perfectly with this beat.
And maybe it fits well with his personality too, like the meaning of the song and whatnot. How about I read some lyrics?
For sure.
Bottoms up, A, what's in your cup? Got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Tell security we about to tear this club up. Bottoms up, pocket full of green. Girl, you know I love the way you shake it in them jeans. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Bottoms up. You know what it is, girl. We back up in this thing. Money stay in my pocket, girl. I'm like a walking bank. Tell me what you drank. Tell me what you think. If I go get these bottles, we go alcohol insane. Calling all the girls, do you hear me? All around the world, city to city. Cheers to the girls, throw a deuce to the guys.
Oh, that's what I remember the most.
Now I got a
line.
chicken and a goose in the ride. What does that mean? Getting loose in the ride, hating ass. You can move to the side. And bottoms up.
Yeah, I love when he says all around the world. There's this like, it has this, it like cuts the beat off and has this ambiance and like kind of pans his voice around.
Mm-hmm.
It's creative.
It's a really interesting effect. But who is the guiltiest? Because I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm feeling like one of my choices is at least very guilty. I can understand you not voting for the Lazy song, but man, Wiggle is a guilty song.
Yeah, I'm voting 1 for Wiggle.
Okay.
And my second choice will be made after you make your at least one choice.
I'm going to vote for Trap Queen once.
Trap Queen once.
Mm-hmm. So we got Wiggle and Trap Queen are in the running. What are you thinking?
Well, see, you're going to pick Wiggle then, aren't you?
I don't know.
Aren't you?
I don't know. You vote for whatever you feel like.
Well, I'll do Wiggle and Trap Queen.
So that's the funny thing is that's what I was going to
Yeah, you're going to do Wiggle and Trap Queen too.
So we have a tie. I think we have a first official tie.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, I got him.
All right, congratulations. Trap Queen is the guiltiest song for sure.
Yes, I'm finally ahead of Casey. I am finally ahead, which I'm going to be behind in 2 weeks because Casey's coming back.
Yeah, let's get it. I find that to be genuine. So how about we get into generic or genuine? Generic or genuine? All right, so here's what we got going on in generic or genuine. We're reviewing Beyonce's new album, Renaissance. Now, this is an interesting album for a couple reasons. First of all, there's a controversy relating to it.
Controversy.
That we thought we would maybe talk about in What's Happening in Music, but since we're doing the whole album review, let's put the context together.
Let's just squeeze it right there. So before we break down if the whole album is generic or genuine, what's the controversy, Jack?
It's that Beyonce changed a lyric in one of her songs because she was accused of being ableist. So the accusation flies because of one of the lyrics in her song using the word spaz.
Fact.
And now, here's the thing with that. She didn't have to change. I think she elected to change her album. Let me give my whole perception on it because this is a big deal, for people. My whole thing is like people should just be nice to each other and we should all just try to be nice people because that makes the world a better place. But you can't force someone to be a nice person. And I think that often makes things worse. And so what I feel like is happening here is like people think that Beyonce's a bad person for using this word. So they're trying to make her be a better person and change this stuff. And to me, it's like it was harmless and she was doing creative expression. And I mean, there are so many worse things that have come out before this that were written by Beyonce or any of your favorite artists, regardless of whether they're, regardless of who you are and what your ability or non-ability is. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I think there's other things to focus on. And I think this hunger about being upset will never really be satiated. And I think it's just going too far. And the interesting thing about it is why is this getting only applied to Beyonce or like Lizzo, for example? Because Lizzo was also accused of being ableist in one of her songs. I think it was About Damn Time, actually.
Because they're A-list celebrities and every single thing is going to get picked and prodded.
Well,
and which company did Beyonce release this album under?
Sony.
It was exclusive license to Columbia Records. It's a division of Sony.
Correct.
They're one of the biggest companies
in the entire world.
Especially
for entertainment.
They're going to be picking and prodding, and if it's not PC up to that standard, man.
They're just afraid of getting canceled, really, is what it comes down to. And NPR made an interesting point, too, that this kind of scrutiny is often aimed at Black people and especially Black women. And I don't know. My take on that is I might have to agree.
So why don't we get mad at Jack Harlow saying, my sweet, sweet semen?
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Or any song from the early. Why don't we get mad at LFO for saying that Chinese food makes me sick? Because that's way more offensive.
I think we should get mad at that stuff. But okay, let's get right into Renaissance by Beyonce with the first song, I'm That Girl, coming in at 16.7 million plays on Spotify.
Yes, and this is an interesting one. because what you'll see throughout this album with Beyonce is that she's pulling from a variety of genres. So one of those is some Latin influence with the habanera.
Right? So this song really sets that tone.
Yeah.
It really gets it grooving.
Yes. And it's a common rhythm used in reggaeton. It's the doon, sa-doon, sa-doon, sa-doon,
so
sa-doon,
which
sa-doon, sa-
that is also a common rhythm used in club music.
It's Latin club music.
Yeah.
This rhythm can also get called the dembo sometime because of a Shabba Ranks song that's called Dembo. And I think you can describe, there can be many ways to describe a sound, and this is a good example of how something evolves in music, like how, originally it was called a habanera back in like the 20s or something, the 1920s, and now it's called the dembo because Shabba Ranks took it into one of his songs.
That's great.
Overall opinion,
it's like evolving and stuff.
Pretty good song, I would say. Yeah. And I think the production is great throughout the album, but this one's cool because there's like some crazy panned whispers that come in each of your ears if you listen with headphones or on some good studio speakers. So genuine. I like this song.
Well, let's just save it for the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
overall?
We'll save it for the end and do an overall. So we're a little cut on time here.
Yeah.
So at number 2, we have Cozy at 15 million views.
Yep. Starts off with a kind of a spin on the habanera, and
it's another like evolution. Yeah, I love all the beats on this album. There's great.
Quite a lot of variety because there's funk later on in the album
for
too.
Sure.
This song specifically highlights how Beyonce is comfortable with herself and how she is, which is also a reason why it's so sad that people are like making her change her album, because the whole point of her album is that she's comfortable with herself. Yeah. And now you're going to attack her, but not other people who have done worse.
Yeah.
That's where this goes too far anyway.
Well, a lot of people could say, oh, she's being super egotistical in this album. I want Beyonce to say, I'm motherfucking Beyonce, bitch.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Like, can we get a round of applause for that? Can we get a round of applause? There we go.
Well, we have to have the haters boo first.
Yeah, and then there can be extra applause.
So at number 3 is Alien Superstar at 22.5 million. It's getting up there.
This one's a bit of a flex, I would say.
I don't like it.
You don't like this song?
I just she completely rips off Way Too Sexy.
Oh yeah, that rhythm. Yeah, I'm too sexy for my
thing.
Yeah. You'll definitely hear it at some point in the song.
Oh my gosh.
Number 4, we have the song "Cuff It."
Yeah, the 20.8 million. It's we're getting the funk.
Funk will never die.
Ever.
Never.
Not
in About Damn Time. Not in this album. Not in new stuff, because funk will never die.
Never.
That's what I wrote. I love the I love the orchestration. I love the harmonies from Beyonce. Bridge is great. Vocal production, harmonies, really cool. So I liked it.
Sweet. And then so at number 5, we have Energy featuring Beam at 16.9 million.
This one is definitely going to... I don't know why this one has as many plays. I thought this one would probably have more like 9 million plays, like some of the later songs. This one's a bit more experimental and sparse, which is why I think it didn't get as many plays as something like maybe Break My Soul. But how
did you like the feature on it? Did Beam add to it?
It was a good feature. I wouldn't say it was bad. I just, part of me... there's a feeling of there's not too much that's really special about this album, like how like Crazy in Love back in the day was really special, but it's still a good song. It's just not, people's time passes. You can't be famous at the height of something forever, because there's a reason, there's a precipice.
So we're like going on a roller coaster right now, because we're kind of a little bit like on a downslope right now. So at number 6 is Break My Soul.
118 million plays.
That's the hit. That's the supreme hit.
I think it's the flagship track of the album.
For sure.
Intro is not my favorite with the da 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 da. But the transitions on this album are really cool.
Well,
so the transition, if you play the transition from Energy into Break My Soul, good.
Great. I really like the message of Break My Soul as well. Russell Westbrook was listening to it because of the trade talks. It's like, you won't break my soul.
Who's singing?
Church Girl at number 7 with 16.2 million plays.
It starts off super like plagal cadence,
and like
churchy.
Yeah,
like
I've been
super...
up, I've been down, feel like I move mountains, got friends that cried fountains. I'm warning everybody, soon as I get in this party, I'm gonna let go of this body, I'm gonna love on me. Nobody can judge but me. Nobody can judge me but me. I was born free. And then it goes into this whole, I drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. I said, now pop it like a thotty, pop it like a thotty. Me say, now drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. Church girls acting loose, bad girls acting snotty. Let it go, let it out, girl, let it out. Twerk that ass like you came up out the south, girl. I said, now drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. Bad girl acting naughty. And then you can be my daddy if you want to. You can be my daddy if you want to. You can get tatted. You can get it tatted if you want to. And then so later on the lyrics go, I'm finally on the other side. I finally found the urge to smile. It's like, where did this contrast come from?
It's so
I'm Prison Mike.
Yeah. Right. Like it's that church girl energy of like being really reserved and then just having that crazy shit stir up inside of you and then release it in the most insane way possible.
It just flips the song on its head.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you go, what is going on? And then, that's nice. And then it's, what is going on?
Yeah, right.
I really like it. I really vibe to it. So
it's dualistic. It's interesting.
For sure. At number 8, the next one, we have Plastic Off the Sofa at 11.7 million. I mean, the concept of plastic off the sofa, man. Your grandparents' house. It's the holidays.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think it was one of the better tracks on the album. I don't personally like the house stuff so much. I know this was more groovy, kind of towards R&B. It's more of what I prefer. It's just my taste. Next thing we have Virgo's Groove at number 9
with 12.4 million views.
And Funk Will Never Die Again.
Ever.
Never. Just another good funk song.
Yeah, you thought this was your favorite track of
personally.
Personally,
cool. My favorite one. What can I say? I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for funk.
Yeah.
And then we have
at number 10, Move featuring Grace Jones and Thames.
Yes. This song was more dancey for sure.
Well, I mean, just look at the title, right?
Yeah,
Move.
right, of course. Yeah. Heated. This is the interesting track. Number 11 with 11.2 million plays.
Dang it, if it had 11.1. Dang it.
111. But this was the one where she changed the lyric, and the lyric was spazzing on that ass. And I think she now changed it to blasting on that ass. And one of the interesting
blasting, whoa.
I know. I'm going to blast your ass like a bidet, motherfucker.
One's talking about grinding, and then one's talking
about bidets. That's what I get.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I wish she didn't have to change that lyric personally, but
that's a groove, this song. Man.
Someone had to really listen to that song in order to figure that out. I hope everybody knows that was like in the most insignificant part of the song. Someone had to find that lyric. Number 12, we got Thick, but Thick with a Q-U-E.
Q-U-E.
10.6 million plays.
No, so it's not thick. It's
thick. Thick. Like chic or whatever.
Well, my physique is thick.
Oh God. Yeah, another dance track off the album.
Yeah, and these dancing ones are only getting around 10 million views.
Yeah, it's also the middle part of the album where it's not going to get as much plays. People like to listen to the front and the backside the most. Next song we have, Justin?
All Up in Your Mind with only 9 million views. Damn, they're not all above 10.
Well, let's see what we've got for lyrics to see if that's the reason why the lyrics making it not as played. I try to get up all in your mind. It stops at a crime that I want to make you mine. I try to get up all in your mind. I'll go and do the time if it means I'll make you mine. My eyes, yeah, I really like your smile. It stops the time, yeah, I stay here for a while. You give me that real good feeling that I need. Be careful what you ask for, because I just might comply. You need a real wild girl. You need me, all your demons. It's going to take a little work. It's absurd, but I'm going to say these 3 words. Yes, I do. I think it's true. I just know I love you. Actually, the lyrics on this I like more than the other lyrics of like the really played songs, even like Break My Soul.
That's what I run into a lot of the times too. The tracks with lower views, the artist is trying to express themselves more. Yeah. They're putting more of their personality into it, rather than not trying to make a single to appease everyone in the world.
In the popular lens. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I wish this song had more plays, but you know, it is what it is.
At 14 with 9.1 million, again, less plays, America has a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like, well, no shit, Beyonce. I mean,
yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, maybe one of the reasons why this one doesn't have as many plays is because people know that already, and we're just kind of like, we don't want to think about that still.
Well, I kind of like the way it flows through the concepts. This is a very concept heavy. Like, you look at the album and you can kind of get the theme. You can kind of get some sort of a message from just looking at the titles.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about this is these lyrics don't really connect to the name of the song. Here, let me read it. So
we had it connect earlier where it's energy's going right into, and then it's like,
yeah, well,
just do that more.
Yeah. So the lyrics for America Has a Problem, just like the first lyrics, is heard you got that D for me. Pray your love is deep for me. I'm gonna make you go weak for me. I'm gonna make you wait a whole week for me. I see you watching. I know you want it. I know you need it. You know you want it on you. You need love. I need some too. Do you want this like it wants you?
She's being a freaking badass. She's being super bougie in this.
It literally said, the last lyric is I'm bad. I'm bad.
Yes, it's true.
It's weird.
Wow.
This one felt a little weird to me. Yeah. Then number 15, we have Pure/Honey, and that has
10.1.
Yep. That's kind of another, for me personally.
Yeah.
I don't know really what to think of it.
We're coming again to the last song of the album,
Summer Renaissance.
Oh my goodness, we broke it down and today's top hits, and it's I Feel Love by Donna Summer. That's what it is.
Exactly like that, yeah.
And then we had another example of it literally sounds like Way Too Sexy. Yep. It's like you didn't accidentally do that. You didn't accidentally do that.
There are parts of this album that could have used some work. However, I feel like still it's a good album, and I think there's some great tracks on it. It's just I don't know. Beyonce's been in the limelight for so long that people kind of expect her to outdo something that's impossible to outdo.
Yeah, ever since Destiny's Child. I mean, right. So this whole album got over 300 million total views on Spotify. Mm-hmm. And then over the first week, it had the equivalent of 332,000 sold albums.
Which is a lot, actually.
It's more than Kendrick. Kendrick only had 300, and then... Drake's Honestly Nevermind had a 228. So I get the vibe that this was kind of like Beyonce's I'm going to express myself, but let's make it kind of like a dance thing so we can have it live forever in the clubs, in elevators, I kind of feel like they tried to do the same thing.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Additionally, I feel like this is her just expressing herself in the same way that kind of Nas did with King's Disease 2.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. The reception-wise, I think these were probably, referring to King's Disease 2 and this album, I think they're received well. Better than the Honestly Nevermind album by Drake.
Yeah, way better than that album. My goodness.
But what are we going with? Are we going generic or genuine? You first.
Well, it's Beyonce, so... Beyonce being egotistical and generic is still genuine to me. Like, no matter how far, she could have done this way worse.
Hey, she is that bitch.
Yeah, because she could have had it it could have been as good as the Drake album, and I would have still called it genuine because it's Beyonce.
And I'm gonna have to agree. This is a Beyonce album where she gets to express herself and explore some different genres, and I think those are all great things and interesting too.
She really gets aggressive on this album too. So it's really nice to hear like Beyonce having this just monstrous voice.
Yeah, different perspective for sure. So this has been the Cheap Shot Music Podcast.
Please download or stream this episode wherever you get your podcasts.
Please leave a like and or a comment on our social medias. It's greatly appreciated.
And thank you everyone for watching and listening.